Good evening, everyone. We're so glad to be back with you this evening with NSLB Live. We are excited. We are excited. And tonight we have a great program for you. I'm so excited to have this young lady and her mother on our program this evening to give you some more information. She's an author. When I found that out, thank you so much, Marissa Nichols, for letting me know about her. And when I found it out, we just had to bring her onto our show. And now that we have this COVID initiative, we were even more excited to bring on Isabelle and her mom. So we're excited tonight. So my name is Glenda Woolfolk, and I'm the CEO, president of No Sister Left Behind nonprofit organization.
And I'm Linda Factory, and I'm the treasurer of No Sister Left Behind and your timekeeper for tonight. And looking forward to some great information.
Yes, hi. Welcome back. My name is Pam or Shug Walker, and I'm the vice president of No Sister Left Behind. And I'm happy to be here with you again tonight.
Thank you, ladies. We are excited, like I told you. We are in the middle of our NSLB COVID-19 initiative. Our theme for this initiative is community immunity. So our task that we have been given is to provide education to the Black community about the COVID vaccine. And so, while doing that, I discovered that a young lady in our community had written a book about an unexpected appearance. And so we're excited to have her on tonight. Our visitors are Isabelle, tell me if I'm saying it right, Addo-Yobo? Is that okay?
Addo-Yobo, yes.
and her mom, Carol, back here with us tonight. So we're excited about that. So before we bring them on, I want to say a little bit about our health fair that's coming up next Saturday from 11 to 3 at the Martin Luther King Park Gymnasium. We got a lot of things going on, and we'll give you some more information at the end of our program tonight. But we're excited, and we want you to be able to attend. We have things for adults to children as well. And we're excited about it. We have a lot of things going on that we're going to offer at the health fair. And we just want to encourage you to try to attend next week. And we thank you so much for supporting us with this health fair. I've heard a lot from a lot of people, and we thank you for the support. So what I'm going to ask our guests for first thing tonight is ask them, who are they, and what are they, what brought them to this point to write a book? What was the initial thing that they did to write a book? So we're going to have you tell us a little bit about yourselves. Isabelle and Carol, we're just going to have you tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Isabelle, and this is my mom, Carol. And together we are the authors of the children's book, An Unexpected Appearance. And Mom?
And hello, everybody. I'm Carol Sackey. I'm mom of Isabelle. And so I am a local family nurse practitioner. I have 2 kids, and Isabelle is first. And she loves to read and write. And she wrote this amazing book that we want to share with the community. And thank you for supporting us, please.
Okay, Miss Glenda, you're muted.
Muted.
Sorry. We're going to get right into our questions tonight. I am so sorry. Thank you, Pam. So what was the best thing about writing this book with your mom, Isabelle? What was the best thing about writing this book with your mom?
For me, writing this book with my mom was a wonderful experience because my mom was able to give insight on information in the book because our book is centered around this past year in COVID-19. She was able to give insight on it based on her own experience on being a family nurse practitioner and in the medical field. So that was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What about when you kind of put the book together and you started putting the pages together and the things that she said? And so were you able to put a lot of input in as well?
Yes, she did most of it. We got an illustrator and then an editor, and we wanted, of course, we loved every picture and we wanted to put in everything, but you can only put so much. So it was more of a family effort where we would choose and discuss the rationale for choosing this picture and why this picture went with this story. And once we put it all together, we would review it over and over and make sure that we agreed, because sometimes we wanted a little more pictures and a little more story, but we had to keep it, to a good number.
Okay.
It was
Well,
interesting. Yes.
Well, you know what? I'm just so excited about it. Again, the name is Unexpected Appearance, correct?
An unexpected
Yes.
appearance.
Unexpected appearance. How can I get it?
Yes.
How can I get
It is available on Amazon, and then it is also available at Russo's bookstore over on Newstein Road.
All right.
And Barnes and Noble. So the book, yes, it's available Amazon, Russo's, Barnes and Noble. Any local bookstore can buy it for you. Yes.
Okay, and the book
Thank
was
you.
written. The character in the book is patterned behind who?
It is my brother, my younger brother Joseph. He's our main character of our book.
Okay, he's the
I
main
wrote it
character.
Yes.
I saw the little commercial that you and Joseph did together. I thought that was cute. He said, "And I'm the man."
Oh, yeah.
That was too cute. Well, I'm excited for you, dear. I really am excited. I'm glad you came on to the show so our audience can see and hear about your book. So my second question is, before writing An Unexpected Appearance, had you ever ventured in that particular hobby before? Had you thought about writing a book before?
Yes, I've actually always been quite a big reader. So I read a lot. I still do. And then I had actually entered some short story contests in Kern County, and I've written stuff before, but this is just the first we've published before.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So part of the story is when the COVID happened, Isabelle and Joseph were ordering a bunch of books. Mm-hmm. So we kept ordering and ordering, the libraries were closed. So eventually one day I said, why don't you do something, instead of having to buy everything all the time. So this started out as a project, and then she came up with this idea. Yes.
Wow, that's great. That's great. I think it's an excellent book. I don't want to give the narrative away, but because we want people to go buy the book, but I think it's an excellent, excellent book. Third question. Can you tell us a little bit about your book?
Thank you.
Yes.
A little bit.
Yes. So our book is centered around Joseph, our main character, and it is about his experiences as he journeys through what we've all been going through during the past year. But the reason why our book is so important is because it's written from a young person's perspective, which you don't normally see on this topic of COVID, because in the news you see like adults' perspectives and what they think. And so I thought that writing it from a younger perspective would be an interesting way to venture into the topic.
Wow. That's excellent. That's excellent. Okay, so is that all you want to tell us about your book?
Mom, do you have anything?
Oh, the book title came about an unexpected appearance, because as we all know, this came about unexpectedly. So we like the idea of him running away from it and not knowing what was to come. So that was one of the reasons for that title.
So at the bottom of the picture, that's like the COVID picture of a COVID virus that's kind of chasing him, right? Right. Okay.
Yes. Out of the school. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. That's good. Let's see. Why did you choose to write a book? Why did you choose to write a book?
Oh, well, why did I write this book? Well, I wrote it to teach young children and to show them that I was trying to show them that based on the book, if you read the book, you'll see that one major aspect of it is we talk a lot about the bright sides of things you were still able to do, such as have family quality time. And I wanted to write the book because I wanted to show people, not just young people, but everyone, that despite what we've been through, there were still positive things that came out of it.
Yeah. That's good. That's very good. Last question for me, then I'm going to turn it over to Pam, is what was the experience like for you to write a book? What was that experience like?
Do you want to start?
I think it was fun. We really didn't know where this would go. So when she had she wrote it out, and then she outlined it, what would be sort of the first page. And then she came up with an idea of what she wanted the character to look like. And then we had to do what's called concept drawing. So then what dad would look like, what mom would look like, what Joseph would look like. And so the family unit and the people who would be part of that story. So it was very interesting to see it come to life, and also to, I remember the first day the book came, we ran to the books, the post office box. We have it on video, and then she gets it out, and I think every moment was celebrated because we had never done this before, and we kept going on YouTube and different websites to learn about it. So it was just a learning experience. It was a fun, family-filled experience, and it was just really neat to see it all come to life eventually.
That's great. That's great. That's great. I'm glad. It's a great feeling. It just seems like it would be to author something and then to see it come to pass. So that's great. That's great. I'm going to pass on the questions to Ms. Pam.
Yes.
She's going to do the rest of it.
All right then.
Thank you.
So my question for you is, and I read the book, I love it, and I would not say that I love it if I didn't love it. And I just hope everybody will purchase a copy. But my next question for you is, a writing career. Let's talk about your future. Is writing going to be a part of your future?
For me, writing would be a side hobby because I want to be a doctor in the future. I want to be a neurologist specifically, which is a doctor who looks at the brain.
Yeah.
Because
I have no doubt
how it works and all the different aspects of it.
Yes.
Good for you.
All right. Well, do you have any more books maybe in your mind or manuscripts coming? You think maybe part 2?
We aren't working on anything.
We're working on what now?
We're working on anything right now, but we're not working on anything right now, but probably in the future we might do something else. Maybe a part 2, maybe a different genre completely, but we probably have something coming in the future.
Okay, great. Is there any motivation that you can give to other students who are maybe interested in writing? Words of encouragement or?
Oh, yes. Yes. I think that the best advice that I could give to a writer would be to write what you want someone to read, which by that I mean that if you don't see the book that you think would be an inspiration for you in the world yet, that is what you should write. Write what you want others to see. Write what you believe, or write what you think should be a book.
Absolutely. So we talked about more book writing in your future, and you basically said maybe not on the same subject, but maybe a different genre of books or titles. What do you see in your future as far as that's concerned?
Well, we're not working on anything at the moment, but I do love all sorts of genres. That from my reading and stuff, I love to read just anything really, like romance, YA, thriller, action, sci-fi, fantasy, just anything really.
Who are some of your favorite authors? Who are some of your favorite authors?
Some of my favorites. That's a hard one. I think one of my earliest favorites would have been Marissa Meyer, her Lunar Chronicles series. That was one of my favorites growing up.
Okay. So what about, how old are you? How old are you?
I'm 14.
You're 14.
14.
Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. So what are some of the hobbies that you have besides writing? What do you enjoy doing?
I really have a lot of different, yeah. I like to bake. I play the guitar and I have played the clarinet. I also do volleyball. So I have a plethora of just different hobbies I enjoy to do.
Great, great, great. Okay. My last question, and that is there a reason why you chose to have your book focus around COVID-19? And you probably already answered that because it was something that was affecting children your age, adults, everybody, the whole community. But was there any other reasons that maybe we haven't mentioned?
Well, no, I don't think so. It was mostly because I wanted a younger voice to be vocalized and because I wanted to show that bright side, to look at the upside of things always, because even not just for COVID, but in every situation, there's always a bright side that we need to look at positivity in the world despite what we go through. So that's mainly our main focus and theme of the book.
Yeah, beautiful.
I like the idea of documenting. Yes, I like the idea of documenting and dedicating the book to children all over because, like you said, this is something that affected everybody. At some point, the adults were the ones affected, but now we're seeing a lot more kids. So it's nice to see kids' perspective, also to see that, their story is told. I think later on we'll look down and wonder, wow, how did we survive and do all that? Lack of toilet paper, lack of Lysol and all that fun stuff. But somehow, empty shelves, but we prevailed, so just by his grace, so it's nice to have that documented and the pictures, because I remember lines at Costco and Walmart, you have to wear the mask. They won't allow you to come in. So it's just very interesting because sometimes we forget. So this is a little reminder of what we lived through. Yeah.
Any books coming from Mom? Miss Carol, any books maybe coming from you?
I would like to see, yes, I would like to see a second part of the book where we talk about the now. So, we've done the virtual education, which is, had its good and bad. We had a time when the internet would not work because I was working from the house and the kids were, and it was very interesting. So we lived through that. But, now people have the option to do virtual or stay home. Things are opening up with precaution. And it's still interesting that people don't take it seriously. So it's interesting to see from everybody's point of view and document that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It has been
Absolutely.
requested to have a part 2.
Yeah. A lot of people have requested for a part 2. So yeah. She has to get to work.
I'll be waiting for it.
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to ask you a question, and it's more personal. As far as when the pandemic started as a teenager, how did you feel?
As a teenager, I was just completing 6th grade that year, and I do remember actually the day that we were sent home. On that day, I was actually supposed to have a volleyball tournament, but we didn't have it obviously because of things were beginning to get shut down and everything. But what I remember is that it was really along the way. It was really a learning process along the way. Like you couldn't just ask one person, oh, what's going to happen in the future? Because it was a learning process for all of us to just go along the way. And everyone just learned piece by piece at a time.
Yeah. When you say a learning process along the way, give us one of those processes. What did you, as a teenager, as a 6th grader? My goodness, Can't even imagine. But what were one of those learning processes that you had to learn along the way in the pandemic?
We really had to, I think the biggest thing for not just myself as a teenager, but for kids around the world was readjusting to do virtual school. We had to like set up a little study place and everything just to be able to finish the quarter and finish through to the summer, and then like to readjust to virtual school for a whole other year, and then to readjust back to physical in-person learning as well. So it was just a lot of adjustments along the way.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Absolutely right. Anybody have any other questions? If you're in our chat and you're looking at the live, if you have any questions, please let us know, and we'll ask those questions. Let us know. I don't think I've seen anything yet, but let us know. Pam, you have any more questions?
No.
Okay. So if you guys have any questions in our chat, let us know. It's only 6:21. I didn't think it would be long, but but if you have any questions, is there anything you want to expound on about the book, Carol or Isabelle?
I would say I, as a medical personnel, as a mom, as a member of the community, I think there's still a lot to be learned. I think the best is prevention. So, if you have the opportunity to get the right tools, the hospitals are flooded. You just have to help yourself and make the right decision for you and your family. There's a lot of information if you need to verify, and it's a learning process, but I think healthcare providers have your best sort of we want the best for you. So you should want the best for yourself, to stay out of the hospital, get the right information. If it means self-quarantine, appropriate mask wearing, vaccine, whatever it is that you need to do, because our community is suffering. And so we need to make sure that we have the right information to make informed decisions.
That's good.
Thank you for the opportunity. I think this is good that, this NSLB is doing this and reaching out the community. I think it's very much needed. And I think it's very awesome that you've taken the initiative to do this health fair.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Very necessary.
Yeah, very necessary.
Yes.
When we look at the numbers and the stats, when you look at that,
Yes.
and I think that, like I said, when I heard that your daughter wrote a book, you and your daughter wrote a book, I think we overlook the children a lot. We just tell them, okay, you're going to be here, you got to do this, you got to do that. We just kind of pull them along into the scenario when so it's kind of really a big cloud over their heads, because they really don't know what's going on, and it's hard to really try to make them understand. So they just kind of thrust into those things. So I think the book, An Unexpected Appearance, it speaks a lot to that. It kind of lets you know how they feel personally. So I think it's a great book, and I hope that our audience will go out and purchase that book. And you said it's on Amazon as well as Reese Bookstore,
Barnes and Noble, as well as Russo's locally. Yes.
Okay.
Barnes and Nobles and Russo's.
And Russo's. Perfect.
Yes.
So I think it's a different perspective.
And
I think her book is the only, I'm not saying nobody across the nation has written one for children, but hers is the first one I've heard of.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was amazing. And I thought it was even double amazing that it was in Bakersfield.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Here.
Thank you.
I think that is awesome.
Thank
That is
you.
awesome. So do you have a school that you're going to go to, Isabelle? Do you have a school already picked out that you want to attend?
For college or high school?
College, I'm sorry.
For college. For college, I'm actually looking at some different ones on the East Coast and the West Coast. On the West Coast, I would like to go to UCLA down in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And then on the East Coast, I was looking at Johns Hopkins or Harvard.
All right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
And you will.
And you definitely will.
Yeah.
You will.
Thank
Here we go.
you.
We have a
Thank you,
question
Mr.
here. I'm going to show it. Isabella, why do you want to become a neurosurgeon?
I want to become a neurologist because I'm really interested in how the brain works. I'm interested in how we have memories, we can retain information, and all the science behind it. And I also am inspired to become a doctor in the medical field because in my family there are a lot of doctors and people in the medical field, like my mom and my aunt, or just family.
Thank you.
Wanted to learn how the brain works. I know that's right.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I don't see any more questions. Let's see. Let me go all the way up. I don't see any more questions. We might have to shut it down a little early tonight. But I think you've been an excellent guest. And I hope and pray that you inspire other young people in the community, to write what they feel. If this is what you're feeling about a certain situation that we're in, when you express it, it helps you feel better about it. When you're able to express it.
For sure.
Yeah, I think this is awesome. Somebody said, let's see. I think that's awesome. Okay. Marie says, I am so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
And she even put up here. I saw that. She even put up here the next big person.
Okay. Thank you.
Because he's a neurologist, right? Am I correct? Is he a neurologist?
I think he's neurosurgery.
Yeah, I think he's a neurologist. Okay. All right. Let's see.
Yeah.
Deborah has this thing here. We are still learning and making many new processes due to COVID-19. Normal will never be normal again. What do you think about that, Carol?
Oh, I think so. I think at some point, so currently we are short-staffed, and we are short-staffed across the world, where sometimes planes are not flying because lack of pilots. They have COVID, TSA. In the office setting where we don't have nurses, we don't have medical assistants to do the testing for COVID. So that delays patients, who have to be tested and all that. I think to be normal is going to be a long process. It would take the community's involvement. So, the community has to figure out how to live, and that entails probably less students in the classrooms, more nurses, more institutions to help this process. But fundamentally, the preventive measures have to be taken care of first before things can move in the right direction. But as at now, you have to go to school with the mask. My 9-year-old, they have the spacing. They're trying to do as much as possible, but it has to be a community effort where we all have to mask up when we have to. We have to do the social isolation when we have to. We have to avoid the parties when we know that we are positive, but sometimes people take it for granted. So it would take all of us to understand, that this is something that will affect everybody. And we want the best for everybody to hopefully bring back what is normal.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yes.
That's true. Yeah. We have something here from Jeannie Hill. It says talent is equally distributed across the world, but opportunity isn't. Sweet Isabella, you have been blessed with both right here in Bakersfield. Thank you for sharing your gifts with NSLB. I agree.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
I agree.
It's an honor. Thank you.
Yes, this book will most likely prompt the younger, this is my aunt, prompt the younger ones to ask more questions about the disease. Yeah, that's good. Thanks, Aunt Frances.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
We thought it would be a good example for them to see themselves within the book.
Yes.
And I think that's what kind of drew me to the book, was when I saw the front of the book. I was like, wow. And, and with us, dying seems to be at a higher rate, especially here in Kern County. That is so important to see us on things that reflect us trying to get rid of this thing. So we have an author on here right now, Miss Vicki Kemp. Lady Vicki Kemp.
Hello, Miss Vicki Kemp.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. So once the kids are involved, they will bring up a lot of questions that kids have, So they know they lived through this process. However, how did it affect them? So for Joseph, he plays soccer. So, soccer was not allowed for a long time. And even when we did start the process of going for soccer, you had to have your temperature checked, you have to wear a mask, and all these things, protocols to be able to play. So, unfortunately, for people who didn't have this process and were just isolated, we're seeing that kids are affected, so a little bit of anxiety, depression. These are all things that parents have to address and make sure they are mentally sound, because, it does have an effect to be stuck indoors for a long time to prevent normal family things. So we hope, we get better at this, and then, there's some light at the end of the tunnel in all of this at the end of, hopefully with the vaccination and the, mask and all the protocols that the CDC has come up with. Yes.
Wow. Yeah, I sure hope so. We
Yes.
might not return back to normal like we used to know before, but I'm ready to get back to some type of normalcy.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Yeah.
Isabelle, is there anything you want to add, dear, or you want to say?
No, I don't think so. But thank you so much for having us on today.
Oh, you're welcome. We think you are terrific, and we're excited that you are from Bakersfield. I think all people say. We're excited
Thank you.
about that, and we're grateful for you too. Here we have Jeanette Battle Harris. I agree, Marie. This change is gonna make us all better. We have stopped resting, and now we are ready to help someone other than ourselves. Stay safe, everybody. Thank you, Jeanette.
Thank you, big sis.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes. Let's see if we see anything else up here.
And I tell you, I'd like to say that my hat's off to all of the young people who've had to deal with the changes in school. I mean, that's a lot on you all. And for you to pick up the helm and to encourage those your age that are like you, the younger children, I think that's just absolutely awesome for you to think of that,
Thank
to
you.
encourage them during this process. Because I tell you, had it been in our day,
All right.
different. But you all picked up the mantle and did what you had to do, and they're still doing what you have to do. So thank you.
Yeah, we
Thank
thank
you.
Thank you, Isabella.
Thank
I'm so
you,
proud. So unexpected appearance part 2. Here we go. Edition 2. So they're looking forward to it, Isabel.
Yes.
Yes.
So we thank you for coming on. Keep soaring.
Thank you so much. It was a wonderful opportunity.
Thank you for the opportunity. We really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. We are proud to bring you on.
Yes.
That's our organization is founded on helping to bring information to our community. And I just thought when I found out about the book that it would be interesting and very informative to share it with others and to give other young people hope as well. That, if you got an idea, you write about it.
Yes, for sure.
Write about it.
For sure.
We had Miss Stephanie Prince. She's a therapist, and we had her on talking about the pandemic, and she talked about how many kids weren't able to experience the graduation period because, when you graduate from high school, that's a highlight, and not to be able to experience those things. And you saw depression in a different way. Not just, I'm sad because this happened. You saw it in a total different way that that we would have never even imagined. So when she brought that up, kids not being able to have that full experience of graduation, or even if a loved one passes of COVID, not having the celebratory, things that you do when that person passes away, acknowledging their death. So we learned a lot through COVID. We had to experience a lot through COVID, but here we are today. Grateful. That we made it through. I have some new comments. Let's see. I'm trying to hang on just a little bit longer. Great point about our youth. Okay, what did Jeannie say?
Thank you.
Wonderful, critical, informative information. Awesome. Thank you, ladies. Okay, that's great. Okay, here we go.
Thank you.
Volleyball coach of the year right here.
Coach Clemens, yeah. That's Isabel's mom, yeah.
Yeah.
She's thank you.
She, you know, one thing I love about Miss Clemens is that she's so proud of every one of her players. You know, when I think I put up a post with you and your daughter, I said something about it, and she jumped right in, you know, to let me know that I said, yes, she was coming in for a game with you. So she is very proud of the young ladies that she coaches, and I really admire that in her. She's always so proud of.
Oh yeah, yeah, she's great.
You,
she's very good. Thank you,
she is very good. Okay, ladies, if there's nothing else. Is there anything else? Any more questions or anything?
Now, I'd just like to encourage everybody to come out and get your book. They're going to be free. We're gonna give you a book of hers free. So come out and encourage her and get your book signed by an author. Yeah. One day. Hey,
let me add that in. Let me add it in. It's for your child.
Right. It's going to be one per household. One per
household. That's for your child.
Exactly.
How can my child get that?
I'm sorry, what you said, Pat?
How can my child get that book?
Right. Your child.
Yes. When? Where?
Your child can get that book next Saturday at the Community Immunity Health Fair at the MLK Park, 1000 South Owens. I used to live right across the street. I am not unfamiliar with that area. We lived right across the street from the project. So that's where it will be. We lived over there before they even built the facility. So we're excited to be back in our community to help our community and to help ourselves with learning about COVID-19 and having available those things to help us, you know, come back to some type of normalization. So we want to make sure that those books are for the kids, and we're going to have Miss Isabelle is going to autograph the books for the children. So make sure you bring your kids out. We have Grandma Whoople is going to be there, and she's got some songs planned. I'll tell you, she tried them out on me and Linda. Excellent. And you know what? One thing I meant to mention to Linda is that she still has a beautiful voice. Yeah. Kathy has a beautiful voice. I mean, Grandma Whoople has a beautiful voice. And so she has some songs and some games that she has made up about COVID. And that I'm excited to see the kids enjoy her on Saturday. And so we'll have you right next to Granny Whoople. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
What time will we be there?
We're going to be there at 10 o'clock to set up.
Grandma.
The audience, they're going to be there at 11.
Yes.
They're going to be there at 11. So it's from 11 to 3. And we're excited about it. And we're excited to have a young author there that's going to be signing books and books for the children. So I'm very excited. So we have a lot of things going. And we want to mention also Kane Memorial is going to be doing COVID testing. So they contacted us and wanted to get in on it, and so they're going to be there doing COVID testing as well. So we're excited about that. So if there is nothing else,
that's very nice.
Did you have anything, Pam?
No, I just want to invite everybody to come out from 11 to 3. We're going to have vaccinations there, testing, Grandma Whoople, woo! And then we're going to have Miss Isabella there signing books. It's going to be a glorious time. And we almost forgot. We're going to have snacks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, we were going
amazing things.
Yes.
So I knocked my own self out. Yeah, we're going to have some food there for you. So we're going to have a lot of fun. We have music, and we just want it to be a great day of providing education and just resources. That's it. We're not trying to do nothing over the top, just coming together with our community to see what we can do to lessen the COVID vaccine hesitancy through education. If you don't take the vaccine, we're not trying to convince you about the vaccine, but we do want you to make an educated decision by providing education. So our physician's assistants will be there. Our family nurse practitioners will be there to answer any questions for you. We'll have an information table that that we'll have full of brochures and flyers for you to look at and things that give you information. So we're excited about it. And it's going to be next Saturday, January 22nd from 11 to 3. So we're very excited about it. Very excited about it. Okay. If big kids, okay, here we go. We got a question from Jeannie Hill. If big kids purchase books at Barnes and Nobles and brings to MLK, will Sweet Isabel sign their books? What do you say, Isabel? Will you sign their book?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Most definitely, huh?
She signed for everybody.
Oh, good. That's a great question.
Big
Jeannie.
and little people.
Yeah. That's a great question.
Thank you.
Okay, so is there anything else, ladies? If there's nothing, Carol and Isabel, would you like to give last words or anything? Say anything?
Do you have anything?
Last words. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Just the joy in your voices, to just the excitement, and thank you for pouring into her. It's nice to have the community support. I can't say other than thank you, Miss Pam, Miss Linda, Miss Glenn. Thank you so much. Just the opportunity to have this, to talk about the book, just to reach out to the community. I think you are just angels, and we really thank you for this amazing outreach. I think it's such a blessing.
Yes,
Such a blessing. We're excited to be part of it. Thank you.
We're proud. We're proud.
Yeah.
And I also want to say this one thing. I want to thank the members that are re-registering for their membership. I appreciate you. We have quite a bit coming in almost every day that you're coming back and registering as members of No Sister Left Behind, and we're very proud of that. We thank you so much for supporting this organization. We're a baby organization that was purged through COVID and the pandemic, and we're excited.
Oh, okay.
And we're glad to see that you have embraced NSLB, and I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. And we are proud to be a part of this community, and I look for great things in the future along with our community to bring some information in, and we're just proud of that. So we thank you once again for coming and being on our NSLB Live and supporting us in that way. There's a lot of people that don't join the chat, but I want to thank you from Dallas, Texas, and I want to thank you from New York, and I want to thank you from Pennsylvania. I want to thank you all the way from Florida. I want to thank you so much for all those states that they don't come in on the chat, but they're what the statistics we see on the data that we see on Facebook. So we thank you so much for joining us from afar and being a part of this NSLB Live. We thank you and we love you all, and we thank you for coming and joining in on the chat and saying something. We just love you, and we'll see you next Saturday at 11 from 11 to 3. Come on by and take part of the fun, the information, and most of all, come see this girl sign these books. Go sign the books. So we thank you so much. Good night, Isabel, Carol, Linda, and Shug. Thank you so much to our audience. We love you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you. It's nice to see you. Thank you. Bye, everybody.